Welcome to episode 109 of the Wynn-Wynn Situation Podcast. Where else would you rather be but right here, right now, listening to the world's best box of musical chocolate.
I was the driver of the guest to your party, to your party. I was the baker of the sweets for your party, for your party. I was the singer of the songs at your party, at your party. All of the tune you wanted to hear. Happy to you, depressing to me. Return us calls to
you play that sandwich cut, and I'm saying, I gotta put something on with some noise too.
And you did.
And I did. The Hope Blister from their album Smiles Okay. I think it came out around 2005. Something like that. I can't read that small print. Forget about it. But
I think online it says that album was released in 1998.
Wow, the year you were born. So anyway, Spider and I, Hope Blister's a project of Evo Watts Russell, who also put together This Mortal Coil for the 4AD label, and pretty much the similar cast of characters on the instruments and voices. The Brian Eno song, Spider and I.
I might have asked this before. What album is Spider and I from Brian Eno?
I don't remember.
Cool. But it's a good song. I like the...
And it's nothing like what you just heard with the cover version.
I like that there's almost an electronic beat that came in through the noise at the end.
Yeah, it was like...
It had some good rhythm to it.
A perfect cacophony of feedback and strings and electric guitar manipulations and other stuff.
Yeah, a cacophony of noise.
Yeah.
Like the... what's it called? The symphony?
Something like that.
Well, the one album that you played, the Portsmouth Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, Portsmouth Symphonia.
Symphonia. That's right.
Yeah.
Portsmouth Symphonia.
Yeah.
Cool album. Really cool.
Yeah.
The sandwich cut was by none other than Deerhoof, probably my most popular selection of band for the Wynn-Wynn situation. They've just released an album called Noble and Godlike in Ruin.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the final cut of the album called Immigrant Songs. And it breaks into a very noisy, chaotic ending as well. It was I guess about half and half for the track and for the noise, but I felt that
Deerhoof doesn't disappoint. They're that so far out and different. I really like their stuff.
You and me both. I'm glad you like it. I think that they're not only prolific, but they're also very consistent in quality. And I think you've said this before, but being an independent artist or independent band frees you from, or would free a band from being having to possibly pander or sacrifice their output.
Well, yeah, sacrifice your output, catering to the man.
Yeah, so
and the demands of labels and so on.
They're not hindered.
No, they're not. And they've been doing it for how long now? 28, 29 years?
They technically started in 1994, so 31 years, just about.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what was the first cut?
Saucers by Ozric Tentacles.
Nice.
Yeah, from their album from a long time ago. They're a space band out of Wales.
Out of Wales, of all places.
And two guys in the band. Last name is Wynn. Another Wynn-Wynn.
I saw the Ed Wynn with the E at the end.
Yeah, Wynn and Ed and Raleigh, I think, or Roland. So Saucers. That goes way back, probably about 30 years now.
Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of fun as well. So we are towards the end. Well, actually, we're at the end of April.
We're at the end of the show already?
No, not quite. We have a few more sets yet, but we're at the end of April as well, and the weather is beautiful.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. There's all sorts of weekly activities that have been very, very busy, but also it's been good, time well spent. But it's really nice to spend the time here.
Yeah, with a busy schedule coming up, the big move, not so much for you, but getting a home set up in preparation for your nuptials.
Yeah, the lease technically starts tomorrow on a new home for me and my bride-to-be, Jess. And it is, it's interesting. During our time doing this podcast, we've experienced from the very beginning of the relationship with me and Jess all the way till now, and that's pretty cool to be able to kind of track that. So I'm thankful, and
yeah, as you should be.
Yeah, and with this attitude of gratitude, I'll get into the next set. A CD that I found where else but a thrift shop.
Yeah.
And
not from a video game.
Actually, you know what? I think this actually came from a record store.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of my fiance, I was in her hometown up in Pennsylvania, Bloomsburg, and there's a quaint music store. Actually, it's a music and bookstore, and it's pretty big, but they had a CD rack in the back, and CDs were about $5, $3, $4, something like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Anyway, without further ado, here's Anita Baker.
Anita Baker?
I need a what? I need a baker.
Anita Baker?
I need a cake. I need a baker.
Geez.
With all my heart, I love you, baby. Stay with me, and you will see my arms will hold you, baby. Never leave, 'cause I believe I'm in love. Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Sweet love, don't you ever go away. It'll always be this way. Your heart has called me closer to you. I will be all that you need. Just trust in what we're feeling. Never leave, 'cause baby, I believe in this love. Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Sweet love, don't you ever go away. It'll always be this way. There's no stronger love in this world. Oh baby, no, you're my man, I'm your girl. I'll never go. Wait and see, can't be wrong. Don't you know this is where you belong? Oh, how sweet this dream, how lovely, baby. Stay right here, never fear, I will be all that you need. Never leave, 'cause baby, I believe in this love. Sweet love, help me calling out your name. I feel no shame, I'm in love. Sweet love,
I've made up my mind to live in memories of the lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew, though long ago, they still make me blue. They say that time heals a broken heart, but time has stood still since we've been apart. Made up my mind to live in memories of the lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterdays. Those happy hours. Those happy hours that we once knew. That we once knew. Though long ago. Though long ago. Still make me blue. They say that time heals a broken heart. Heals a broken heart. But time has stood still. Time has stood still since we've been apart. Since we've been apart. I can't stop loving you. I said I made up my mind to live in memories of the lonesome time. Sing the song, children. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life of dreams of yesterday. Of yesterday.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Javi knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, I mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free. No, no. Yeah, feeling good was easy. left on the whole world. One day I'm near Celine Sloan. I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I train all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. That's all that Bobby left me. But feeling good was easy down when he sang the blues. Hey, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby. Yeah. La da da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da la da Bobby. Yeah. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da da Bobby. I can't come on, and the Bobby Lord, and the Bobby McGee, yeah. Lord, 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 Lord. Hey, 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 Bobby McGee,
Hallelujah.
Bobby McGee.
Me and Bobby McGee.
Me and Bobby McGee.
Who wrote that song?
Well, I only know that this version is by Janis Joplin.
I'm pretty sure it's written by Chris Christopherson.
Really?
Should be in the credits.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
And he was with the band?
Chris Christopherson? No, he was a performer and actor, songwriter.
Oh. Chris Christopherson.
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting him confused with... Who's the guy from the band again?
Robbie Robertson.
Yeah, Robbie Robertson and Chris
Robbie
Christopherson.
Robertson. Notice how my speech is slurred. That's what COVID does to you.
Oh. Was Robbie Robertson the same way?
No, he was very articulate dude. Notice how my speech is slowed down.
So you mentioned COVID, huh?
Yeah, I had COVID 2 weeks ago.
But you're back, and
As far as I know.
doing well.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
So we're doing okay.
And I'm not sure. Maybe I had given it to you.
You may
I know
have.
I was under the weather as well.
It wasn't my friend who I thought was a carrier, but she wasn't. So. And if she had symptoms, yes, but she had contact with a carrier, but she was asymptomatic.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling well. I was coughing. I was
bad head, cold, no fever. Did you lose taste or smell? I lost smell. I never had a fever, but I had to stay in lockdown for 5 days. So couldn't make the Holy Week services at church nor Easter Sunday, and I couldn't do the family functions in Hartford County and at Yaya's.
Yeah. That was not very fun for you. Or, like, not a fun situation to be in.
No, but at least you guys brought leftovers.
Yeah, true. Courtesy of Yaya and of Justice family.
That's correct. So
both very generous.
And the sandwich cuts, I Can't Stop Loving You. I think that song charted, by Ray Charles, by the way, from a long time ago. And I bet that song charted on the country charts as well as the soul charts.
What makes you say that?
Sounds like a country song.
Do people know who Ray Charles was at the time?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
When did he start getting famous?
I would say the 60s.
Cool.
50s and 60s, late 50s, early 60s.
Cool. That song I saw was from 1962.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
That would put me at around 4 or 5 years of age at the time.
I wonder if you had heard it on the radio.
Oh, I probably have many times.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ray Charles is
Ray
neat.
Charles.
I think it would be cool to...
Ray Charles. Flip Wilson used to make fun of Ray Charles. Ray Charles.
Who's Flip Wilson?
Prominent African-American comic in the 1960s. Had his own variety show on NBC. He was very, very funny.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like R&B stuff, I think a lot of James Brown in the 60s, but I'm not as familiar with Ray Charles, so I think it would be worth getting into that more.
See, James Brown was the godfather of soul, and he was just, I mean, he was dynamite, you know?
Yeah, he took the night train.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything country and western about James Brown.
That's true.
You know, nothing. So,
True. But he did have an album cover where he was wearing like either a cowboy hat or like a farm or some sort of hat, and it was a very country oriented album cover. I think it might have been the Get Back or something like that.
Well, James Brown, that was the name of my employer at one time. James Brown was always entertaining. The godfather of soul, the hardest working man in show business.
Cool. So the first song
besides Toward Elvis.
Oh yeah, Toward Elvis. Certainly, we can't forget about him. He ought to be in the discussion with the greats. So James Brown and Toward Elvis mentioned in the same vein.
Absolutely.
The first song was Anita Baker, Sweet Love, 1986, and yeah, there's a few cool tracks on here. Sweet Love and Caught Up in the Rapture.
Wow.
Both neat songs, and they've been used as samples in other songs.
How about that?
It's pretty cool.
I thought about pulling De La Soul out, but I'll save them for another time.
What's interesting is I think all of these tracks could have been classified as R&B, rhythm and blues, just of different eras. It's cool.
Absolutely. So, what do you say we move on to more music and let's go over to the Mediterranean.
I like that.
By way of Australia and Germany. Hold on.
the old man clutching money in his hand. With a shrug, the old man smiled, took the money, left the farmer wild, and the changes of no consequence will pick up the reins from nowhere. Nowhere.
Laughter on the world.
Nani. Do you still have your Nani?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure what my Nani was.
I don't know. I can't remember either. It was probably a blankie or a diaper or something.
Actually, something comes to mind, like a teal blanket, maybe, like a little teal blanket.
A little teal blanket. Was your
Blue or teal. It was something like that.
Nani?
And then maybe I had that until I was 6 or something like that.
You have the box for this thing.
Yep. Annabouboula.
Annabouboula from Brooklyn, New York.
Cool.
The song from the album Greek Fire from 1990.
Were they actually Greek?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And Greek American.
Brooklyn Greek.
Yeah.
Nice.
Baby Wants Kisses
Nice.
is the song. I think the song is Dirty, Nicholas.
Oh.
Mom knew Greek. She heard it and she goes, that's, never mind. Dirty.
Ah. Okay, yeah, I could not understand the lyrics, and
It's
I
Greek
guess
to me and you too.
Yeah. And I guess that's just fine.
One of the disappointments for most American immigrant groups is that the native language of the parents don't go beyond the firstborn generation. In other words, beyond mom and her brothers, no one's picked up on the native language. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and the Koreans are doing the same thing, and many others. So the first thing to go is usually the native language.
Yeah. Sorry, I just never had too much of an interest. Maybe that will change one day.
Well, Maggie had some interest, and I think maybe she changed her mind, but that's okay. As long as you can speak English and maybe get enough Greek to get by when next time you go over there. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
Never know.
I think if anything, Jess would be the one to take more of an interest in it, and then I would probably join in.
Maybe.
In that scenario.
And maybe she might want to learn some Greek cooking that Maggie said she wanted to do, but with her allergies, it's kind of tough for her to cook up good stuff that she's allergic to.
Yeah, I think there's some interest from Jess as well, so it could be a nice activity, perhaps in the future.
Yeah, a little bit of a bonding thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So,
and with that, the Orioles have won.
Did they take 2 out of 3 from New York?
Yes, they did.
Hot dog.
It's funny. They won 2 games by 1 run, and sandwiched in between that, they lost a game by like 15. So that's pretty funny.
Their last 3 wins have been 1-run games.
Yeah. If the Orioles go the rest of the year with winning a little bit more games than they lose, I don't care what they lose by in those losses, as long as a win's a win.
And that's why this is the Win-Win Situation podcast, and the win's a win, a win's a win, and then it's a win-win.
So that in this series, the Orioles had a win, and a situation.
Yeah, bad situation.
Yeah, bad situation between the wins.
Bad. So what was that sandwich cut?
Genesis, 7 stones.
Of course.
7 stones. I wonder if that song is on Genesis Revisited as well. No, but
no. The Genesis Revisited is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is in its entirety.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was Genesis Rewired. What about this? What is it? The Steve Hackett?
It may have been Steve Hackett. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that.
Oh yeah.
He had that Genesis Revisited thing.
Yeah, I think 2. Actually, he did 2 albums. And yeah, I think I have that one with Nad Sylvan on vocals. Paul and I went up to the Kes to see that show a long time ago. It was a good show.
Nad Sylvan
from Sweden, I say. Sweden.
Oh.
The opening cut is Kasapkia from a group called Xenos. And They played Mediterranean music, and the members are from Switzerland and Tasmania in Australia.
Wow, Tasmania. I don't even know where that is.
In Australia,
Oh, okay.
down under.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
Taz the Tasmanian Devil.
Kasapkia is a Greek Macedonian dance, and one member of the band remembered the song as being entitled or referring to a rooster wedding, the rooster's wedding. So if you had two roosters getting married, I guess that would mean they were rainbow roosters.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, roosters fall one way but not the other way. There's also hens.
Well, we know what hens are.
Yeah. The Fighting Blue Hens.
Yeah.
Not my alma mater.
No, you're the Tigers. You eat those blue hens.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. So anyway, what's next?
Well,
As we move along in episode 109 with a little bit of a technical difficulty because of CDs that don't play and stuff getting disconnected suddenly and one channel working. What's going on?
Well, what's going on? We continue.
It's all Trump's fault.
We continue some yum yum yums with this food themed album, at least in the song titles. So we'll get it rolling right here, right now, on this next set of the Wynn-Wynn situation
Podcast.
Wait, bring him to me.
Keep your hoes in check. I got this girl and she wants me to duke her. I told her I'll come scoop her around 8, she said. That sounds great, shorty girl's a trooper. No matter what I need her to do, she be like, on his own throne, the boss like King Cooper. On the microphone, he flossed the ring. Average MCs is like a TV blooper. MF Doom, he's like DB Cooper. Out with the moolah, I let her get her outfit just to cool her off. She said niggas ain't about shit. I wonder if she meant it, I doubt it. The way it be in her mouth, she can't live without it. And can't live with this, handle your business. Villainous, stay on a scandalous whole shit list. One pack of cookies, please, Mr. Hooper. It's fun smacking rookies, he is the look like a black Wookie when he let his beard grow. Weirdo, brown skinned, always kept his hair low. Rumors has it it's a S-curl accident. Doom was always known to keep the best girls' backs bent. Some say it's the eyes, some say the accent. A lot of guys wonder where their stacks went. I call her thunder thighs with the fatty swoller. Only mess with high rollers, do what daddy told her. No matter the city, she with me to do the thang thang. Working the coochie hoopty chitty chitty bang bang. Same name on the titty as on the name ring. Pretty like Baby D off all in the same gang. Keep my eye on her, really don't trust her, but I treat her like a daughter. Taught her how to bust a nut and the heat to turn beef to horse meat chalupa. Teach her how to hold it, of course he is the see, most cats treat her like fupa or beat her to a stupor. Take it from the you need to make her feel cuter and lay down in G like loofah. Everything will be do for her. Keep her in a new fur so she looks sweet when she go to meet the got the Buddha, get the grenadiers, twist it, put it in the air. Come here, kiss it. Listen here, Scooter. Let her try to bag you when she's on the rag. Never let her fry the ragu. Which will have you into some type of spell crying dag boo. Her name on your back in a tattoo. Whether a bougie broad, nerd hoe, street chick. Don't call her wife if you met her at the freak nick. You don't want her, don't waste her time, I'll dupe her. And be a father to your child like the he keep his hoes in check. Sends them out to get glows from all frozen necks. Tell him take his clothes, leave him posing naked for real. Better yet, get him for the check off the record deal. Find out where he keep the tech and the blue steel. Make sure for extra rec, let him know how you feel. And while he's running down to All-Star Weekend to ball, I'm coming with the U-Ball.
Has the laser cannon been loaded?
Everything has been prepared as you ordered. But how did you get permission to return to New York, Master?
Through the efforts of a misguided fool. It's free enterprise. And I'm not gonna let some blasted government bureaucrat tell me how to run my business. But Doom will be my guest on my private estate on Long Island. There's nothing you can do about it. He's dangerous. I just hope you know what you're doing. Don't I always? Ah, there's Doom's jet, right on time. Why is it so cold down here? The heat went out in the whole building.
Warm enough out there on Long Island with Doom.
Doom? Here in New York? Yes, Doom has an amazing new machine. Get the President of the United States on the phone. How long is all this going to take, Doom? I would not advise you to repeat that error. Sure. I know what you mean.
I could cry salty tears. Where have I been all these years? Little while, tell me now, how long has this been going on? There were chills up and down my spine. There's some thrills I can't define. Listen, sweet, while I repeat, how long has this been going on? Oh, I could feel that I could melt into heaven I'm hurled. Oh, I know how Leif Erikson felt, finding another world. Just me once, and then once more. Oh, what a dunce I was before. What a break, for heaven's sake. How long has this been going on? I can feel like I can melt into heaven I'm hurled. I know how Mr. Erikson felt. Unlit another word. Oh, what a kick! How I buzz. Oh, you click like no one does. Hear me, sweet, I'll take it neat. How long has this been going on?
heart, choking over what's really meant to be.
Is that it? Is that the set already?
Yeah, I believe that is the set already.
Wow.
Yeah, that song is called "It's All About You" by Daiki Kasho, and the lyrics are by Dakota Star. And if neither of those sound familiar, that's because they probably aren't familiar. That was off of a soundtrack from one of my video games, Gran Turismo 4. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little typical of you, you know. Thrift shops, video games.
Yeah, it's
your old man's record collection. Yeah,
it's very. I'm a very predictable person, aren't I?
Oh, no, you're not. You're full of surprises, like I am.
Hmm.
But then again, when it comes to going out to eat, I'm pretty much a creature of habit. So, go figure.
And you just went out to eat today, correct?
No.
Oh, I thought you went out to lunch.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
going to the Pepper Mill.
Ah, the Pepper Mill.
Yeah, the Pepper Mill.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Let me know how it is.
I shall.
Cool. What was the sandwich cut of the set?
The song was written in 1927 by George and Ira Gershwin for a musical called Funny Girl. And the tune's entitled How Long Has This Been Going On? And this rendition was covered by Van Morrison and Georgie Fame, both still active in the business, at Ronnie Scott's back in 1995. And it's a Verve release. I think the album came out in 95, 96. So how long has this been going on? So rockers covering George and Ira Gershwin. I thought it was from Porgy and Bess, but no, it's from Funny Girl.
Cool. Porgy and Bess was also a
George and Ira Gershwin. Yeah.
Wow.
These days it would be considered cultural appropriation. White Jews cannot write operas about African American people. I'm just saying, speaking about the madness that's in our culture today.
Sure. I hear you. Good track, though. And that was recorded live, like at a live show?
Yeah, at Ronnie Scott's over in London. And Georgie Fame is a keyboard player as well as vocalist. But, Van Morrison did the vocals on this set, I think, in its entirety.
Is it George Fame or Georgie Fame?
Georgie Fame, and he also went by the name Georgie Fortune.
Huh.
And
Georgie Fame.
Georgie Fame, I tell you.
Cool.
His birth name is Clive Powell.
Ah, Clive.
That's not a rock and roll name. Georgie Fame, yeah, that's a rocker name.
Yeah. Hey, Clive Powell, that's not going to fly. You're going to be called Georgie Flame from now on. Yeah, that's it. Go out there on stage and flame them up.
34 albums, 10 EPs, 14 live albums, 18 compilation albums, and 50 singles.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, he made a career of it. That's cool.
Rock on.
Yeah, rock on indeed.
Yeah, how long has this been going on? Came out in 1995 over in the UK. Actually, it was released December 4, 1995 on Verve. Credited as Van Morrison with Georgie, Fame and Friends, recorded live without an audience.
Oh, neat.
That's the wiki.
Thank you, Wiki.
Yeah.
Very cool. The first song of the set was by a rap artist named MF Doom, and it was off of an album called MM Food, or Food. And this song in particular is called Hoe Cakes, and it's a good thing I don't know English, because I've heard people say that there are some dirty things in that song.
I heard it.
Well, oh well. But you could probably hear that sample of Anita Baker's
Yeah, I think I did.
Sweet Love.
But that wasn't a dirty song.
No,
or
Anita
was
Baker.
it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess we'll leave it up to you, the listener.
Okay. Well, you ready to get into one more set or two?
Yeah, let's do another set.
Okay. This one might run a little long, just giving you a heads up. This just came in the mail today, and I haven't heard it yet, but it should be interesting.
A win-win situation debut.
A win-win situation debut. In fact, there'll probably be two of them this set. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Attention, Mr. and Mrs. United States. In a great splurge of generosity, with your money, both political parties are promising you, the voters, that you will have to pay less money into the United States treasury.
Comes and goes as she pleases, content just to
budget is going up. At least $2.5 billion. Now, it is no military secret who is going to pay that. But not 1948. Because 1948 happens to be an election year. So, go right ahead and enjoy those 40 extra bucks in 1948. Because those $40 are likely to cost you 80 bucks in 1949. Attention, the Mexican Embassy, Washington.
morning sunrise. And for what it's worth, you were there, shining out like the sun, like before time began, silhouetted up against the sky, where tomorrow is forever my own. Was the vision I saw, but there was more still. Oh, I saw you here in this time, headed downhill. Oh, and you need to know, heaven's always on your side. Follow to the open sky, 'cause there
Well, ow.
Oops.
Blow my ears out, man. Jeez.
Oops. Sorry. That was cool. Oh, let me adjust my own microphone as well, so we don't blow out any more ears.
I just want to make some eardrums bleed.
Yeah.
A heavy-duty win-win situation podcast where you want to make eardrums bleed.
In a cosmic manner.
Yeah, super group.
Cool. And who is in this super group that you speak of? This cosmic cathedral.
Neil Morse, Transatlantic, Spock's Beard. Neil Morrison and the Resonance. He's been a busy dude this year, the last year or so, with the Resonance album and now Cosmic Cathedral on keyboards and vocals and some guitar work. Phil Kagi, an icon, CCM icon, and part of a power trio back in the late 60s, early 70s called Glass Harp on guitar and vocals.
Do you have any Glass Harp?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that'd be cool to listen to.
Byron House on bass, session man, worked with the likes of Dolly Parton and scores of others on bass and fretless bass.
Neat.
And Chester Thompson, Baltimore's own Chester Thompson, on the drums. He was with the Mothers of Invention, like 73 to 74, I think. And he's a tour drummer for Genesis.
Cool.
Neil Morse is the youngest of the guys. He's 64.
Wow.
Kagi's probably about 75 or so. Thompson's 76. Byron looks the oldest of them, but he's probably in his 70s as well.
Oh, very
Bunch
neat.
of old dudes. Rocking out still.
Yeah.
Rocking out for the Lord, too.
Wow. So Chester Thompson is rocking out for the Lord
I
as
believe
well?
so, yep.
That's really, really neat.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that track. I would like to listen to some
There's
more
a
of that album.
38-minute epic, but time just won't allow us to play the Deepwater Suite.
Not this time.
We'd be drowning in it. We got to do another show of epics.
Another show of epics. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep it within
3 or 4 hours.
So many hours. Yeah. So the sandwich cut was maybe the antithesis of an epic. It was a 2-minute song.
Yeah,
2-minute 12-second song.
I was surprised with that duration.
Yep. Yeah, it's called Die Alone by So Perfect. It's a band that Roxy 2 has played some different shows with. Very nice people, and the rhythm guitarist of the group and backup vocalist is going to DJ at the wedding.
The guy from Toronto.
Yep.
All right, so this is a Canadian ensemble.
Yes, it is a Canadian ensemble.
Ensemble.
Ah,
ensemble,
yes.
blah, blah, blah. Oui, ensemble.
Oui,
Les Miserables.
Yes.
Miserable. Miserable.
So
I'm not making fun of the French. I'm just...
Sure. Oui. And you mentioned the first song is also a debut, a win-win situation debut.
Yeah, the group is called We Came From Space. The album's called Overlords. The song is called On the Radio. Neil Morse turned me onto this one too. But he was listed in the credits as being an influencer, but he's not playing on the album.
Cool. Where does this group hail from?
Somewhere from space.
Okay.
See, they came from space. See? They came from space.
Yeah. They do say that they came from space.
Yeah.
So, we can only guess.
Probably America. America.
Yeah. Somewhere within the American space.
Yeah. So anyway, this does it for episode 109 of the Win-Win Situation podcast. Remember to love one another. let's have a beer instead of talking politics, you know. And we're in full swing getting ready for events in August and everything that's going to be going on prior to that time. So it's going to be busy for us, but we'll try to get one in every couple weeks or so. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your constructive criticism. We love you. Be kind to one another. Vaya con Dios. Love one another as the Creator has so instructed. Bye.
Bye-bye.